Years ago, Michael and his stepfather had a misunderstanding, which made his stepfather throw him out, as he was fed up and tired of wanting to help Michael become better. And since then, they had not set eyes on each other. Scarlet was his stepsister. Their father got so ill that they had to operate on him, but Scarlet did not have enough money to fund the operation. Suddenly, she saw a young man walk into the ward, and it was Michael, her lost and found stepbrother. She was happy to see him, but not so happy, as she was scared that Michael would hurt their father for throwing him out years ago. Michael, with a devilish smile on his face, assured her he meant no harm, though he loved seeing their father so vulnerable and helpless and wished him death. Well, he noticed that their father had not received the proper treatment needed because there was no money, so he offered Scarlet a proposition. If only she agreed to do it, he would pay for their father's operation. But she rejected the offer and promised her dad to get the money for his operation. A few weeks later, as she walked through the street heading for work, she scrolled through the internet, where she landed on a picture of her stepbrother and a wealthy heiress. Obviously, he had married her for her money. Scarlet whispered to herself. Suddenly, a car stopped beside her, and two men came out and pulled her roughly into the car. She yelled at them, but they weren't paying attention. As she tried to struggle, she was hit in the face by one of the men, and that weakened her. They took her to a warehouse, sat her roughly on a chair, and then she saw Michael as he walked out of the shadows. "Hello, sis. Hope these guys weren't rough on you?" he asked with a smile. "How dare you bring me here by force? What the hell do you want from me?" Scarlet asked angrily. "Just your cooperation on a plan I have in mind. You should count me out because I won't be part of anything that pertains to you," Scarlet said. "Not if it can save your father." Michael smiled with a grin on his face. Michael turned on a video and showed it to his stepsister as she watched her father lying on the bed, still unconscious. But he was alone. A strange man was beside him. "That man has been asked to kill your father, and that depends on the answer I hear from you right here, right now," Michael said. Scarlet gave in, knowing what Michael was capable of doing. Michael asked one of his goons to bring a picture from the drawer, and he showed it to Scarlet. In the picture was a lady who looked exactly like herself. Scarlet was puzzled that the lady had her face, and she didn't remember her parents telling her that she had a twin. The lady in the picture was Dora Baxter, daughter of Minister Baxter. Michael told Scarlet that she was found to take Dora Baxter's place by pretending to be her. Scarlet refused the idea of being someone else, but now her dad's life was on the line. "I need you to help me fulfill my plan," he said, pulling out a picture. It is a picture of a very handsome guy, with blue eyes and a very sexy face. He is Brian Stone, King Mark and Queen Sonia's son, apparently the crown prince and the next king to the throne. "What is Brian Stone's role in this plan?" Scarlet asked curiously. "Well, he is the real enemy, and the one I want to destroy, and that can only be fulfilled through his daughter. I have hatched this plan for years now. I won't let a stupid thing like you destroy it. It's either you comply, or your father dies," he stated fiercely, immediately asking Zach to call the man at the hospital to kill Scarlet's father, as she was proving stubborn. Scarlet thought that if pretending to be someone else and also killing the prince was the only way to save her dad, then she would do it. She agreed to Michael's proposition to save her dad. "That's my good stepsister. I know that you will not disappoint me," he said gently, tapping Scarlet's cheek. "I hate you," Scarlet yelled. "Same with me. But to achieve my aim, I am willing to be a friend, a stepbrother, and a brother-in-law," Michael said. "What do you mean by brother-in-law?" Scarlet asked. "Well, my wife is Brian Stone's sister, and Dora Baxter is engaged to the prince. It was announced a month ago. It is not a love match thing, more like a business arrangement. So you wouldn't be forced to kiss or sleep with the prince, but if the prince wants to sleep with you, you have no choice but to oblige. Firstly, We will get the real Dora Baxter out of the way, and you will be there instead. You will get to know things about Dora, so you can act like her perfectly. And once you are fully in character, I will give you your first assignment on how to kill Brian. How do you intend to get Dora out of the way? Scarlet asked curiously. It is simple, and that is by killing her. If we want this to go smoothly, she has to be out of the way. Scarlet begged for Dora not to be killed, but to be put somewhere or locked up. So, when she is done with the assignment, she comes back. And who told you that you will be leaving? Michael looked at Scarlet. You wouldn't be leaving because you will forever be Dora Baxter. The plan is for you to kill Brian Stone, but not before you get him to sign all his fortunes to you alone. And so when he is out of the way, and I manage to get my wife out of the way too, we will both enjoy the money. I don't want any money, Scarlet said. Once we are through with this, I will leave. Michael laughed. That's impossible. Once you take up Dora's identity and life, you will keep on being Dora for as long as you live. You will no longer be Scarlet Chadwick, but you will be Dora Baxter.